Hi guys! Jake and Marisa back again for more live reactions to Power Rangers Ninja Steel. I hope everyone is doing well, having a good, almost Halloween weekend.
You know, we'll actually be filming Q-Danger
on Halloween. Yes, that's true.
Because that's Tuesday.
Yeah, we should come up with costumes.
Oh boy.
I know some people were like, at least like one or two people were disappointed that I wasn't wearing the Phantom costume during the Halloween special live reactions.
You guys have any idea how unwieldy that would be on the couch?
It's a little awkward for like sitting around in. Also, it's just really beat up.
I mean, because it's got this, so when you sit in it, the kind of turtlenecking.
Oh man, I just imagine trying to do that for I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll try it for Q-Ranger on Tuesday, and then I'm like, oh no, I will not be able to do the Q-Tama dance with that thing on, because my shoulders will be huge. We're already smashing into each other all the time with that.
Yeah, that's okay. I smash me up.
It's like Champ trying to do the Q-Tama.
The Q-Ranger, yeah.
He can only lift up his shoulders like this. He can only lift up his arms like this much.
Q-Tama.
But yeah, it's also just, it's not in good shape. I really need to like remake it, because
again,
like it's serviceable, but it's heavily made up of duct tape at this point.
Yeah, it started out as cardboard, plain black, but over time
with
it's slowly
with a little bit of surface on it as well.
Right, with a coating that made it look less like cardboard. But now it's mostly black duct tape.
Yeah, I painted it a bit. I painted it a bit with resin and sanded it a little bit to give it a little bit more of a sheen, rather than have it look too cardboardy. Plus, I tossed a filter on it as well to make it a little bit smoother looking. But even then, it's still. I feel like I can do better.
Right now, I have that heart like a kick drum stuck in my head.
It's a catchy song.
I've never heard it before this morning. Jake woke up and he's like, "I had this stuck in my head," and I'm like,
"What?" Well, as we were getting ready this morning.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like I woke up immediately and said it. It was,
no, I woke immediately and you said it.
Oh, okay.
Because I was still in bed.
Fair enough.
He was setting up the camera. We're doing 5 a.m. again.
Yeah.
So now I have a song stuck in my head, which I'd never heard before.
I'm surprised you never heard that song. Heart Like a Kick Drum. It's been out for a couple years. It's a very catchy and bouncy song. I heard it on the radio last night. Anywho,
I don't listen to the same channel, maybe.
True.
I mean, I did yesterday because I borrowed day before yesterday because I borrowed your car.
Yeah.
Not usually.
We went to a little Halloween get together last night.
Halloween soiree.
Yeah. So
7 whole people. That's
so we were
a lot
late.
of party for me.
Yeah. But I know. Ready for some of the Power Rangers? What's up?
8 whole people.
That's right, because there's a baby.
The baby is a whole person.
She's not missing any parts, to my knowledge.
She's just not participating in any of the party games.
Right.
Alright.
Oh, she was trying.
Yes, I know. She was Jake's lucky talisman.
Yeah.
When he was having trouble deciding between 2 cards at Cards Against Humanity, he'd ask the baby, and then he'd win the round.
It worked surprisingly well.
She can't even speak, never mind read, but somehow she picks really good cards at Cards Against Humanity.
She was like jumbling around in my arms because I was keeping her away from the cards. I'm like, okay, do you want this one or that one? Okay, this one it is. Okay, here we go. You are good at this.
Yeah, she was, because there wasn't enough space for everyone to sit on chairs and still be near the cards. We had 3 people on the couch and then 4 people on the ground, and she was kind of moving between the 4 people on the ground. Constantly
trying to eat every card.
Yeah.
Like a Kamen Rider belt.
Adorable. Lots of fun. Had a good time. Want to watch Power Rangers?
Let's watch some Power Rangers, because you gotta get to work.
Yeah.
Alright, so now it's time for episode 18
of Power Rangers Ninja Steel,
Abrakadanger.
Okay.
As always, 18/19, depending on how you count it. But either way, we've got only 2 this one, and then the penultimate episode, and then the season finale, and the Christmas special. We're getting to the end.
So, is it going to be Super Ninja Steel or Ninja Super Steel or?
Super Ninja Steel.
Okay.
They are Power Rangers Ninja Steel. There's your sync up spot.
This just appeared in my office.
What?
Oh, Preston.
What's going on this time?
Strange package came for you.
Thank you.
Is a
Mails
strange
things.
It
package.
is weird.
To the
Hey,
It's a
principal.
case
Hey,
covered in
guys,
stickers.
check it out. It's from Princess Viera in the
Oh.
galaxy.
How
What?
did you hear?
Attention,
How did she mail that, and why would she mail it to the principal?
Since the school tennis contest, and in case you forgot, I was amazing.
Wow, that's a sizzle reel there. He's really fun.
Was it?
Are you kidding me? Aww. That's mean.
Okay, you know what? You could cut that
What a
together.
match. They say it was the worst defeat in school history.
That is mean.
So, who dares to face me this year?
She's gonna do it again.
Fine then. I humbly accept this year's trophy
She's
right now.
Victor. You are awful.
Principal, you're awful.
I'll play you again.
Like I said, she's gonna do it again.
Happen again.
This time I'm prepared. Trust me, that won't happen again.
Also, when you cut sports together, you can make anyone look like
Oh, I know.
that.
I know. I had to film some sports for school the last 2 years.
Heck, if you pause
Go.
television,
Go,
sometimes
Rangers,
people look like.
Ninja Steel. Even with our might together, Ninja Steel.
Never
Give up without a fight together, Ninja Steel. Power Rangers fear no danger.
Go, go, Power Rangers! Go, go, Power Rangers! Go! Standing up for what is right together, Ninja Steel.
Out all day and night together, Ninja Steel.
What are they doing all day and night?
Danger.
Go, go, Power Rangers! Go, go, Power Rangers! Go! Ninja Steel. What is it all day and night?
I think watching out together. Go, Power Rangers, Ninja Steel. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, Ninja Steel. Or watching out all day and night together, Ninja Steel. I think it
the line
was.
for our ninja stars. Whoa.
Oh, they haven't. That's why they haven't used them the last few episodes.
Oh, cool. Now we can
And a wand and spellbook.
firepower. She sent you a wand.
How did she send it to the principal?
Old spellbook.
Maybe she just addressed it to school, Earth.
Just
Greetings, Rangers.
Oh, it's Princess Viera.
I return to you the Ninja Stars.
Help me, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope.
Sword and armor. And I have a gift for Preston. From the
Why
treasure room of the Lion Galaxy.
why didn't she
It's an
leave them
ancient
with
book of
them
advanced magic
before?
spells and the dragon wand that goes with it. Preston, this magic is quite advanced. To master it, you must start at the beginning of the book and learn each spell in order. No matter what, do not skip ahead.
Okay.
I hope these are useful.
He's gonna
No,
skip ahead.
don't skip ahead, dude.
He's gonna skip ahead.
Can't wait to try these out.
You're gonna skip ahead, and it's going to go poorly for you. It's an interesting
Preston,
twofer.
I have to warm up for the match at noon. I thought you were gonna help me practice.
I am.
What? Oh, why are you
Things
glitching?
spell-
There. Wait.
He did this to me watching Criminal Minds the other day.
Weird. Why?
Could be worse. It's not going all pixelated,
That's
and the people don't sound like guitars.
not yet.
Number one in.
What is happening?
He's about to use spell number 1 in his book.
There we go.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Preston.
See? We can practice together.
Alright. I mean, that's probably not something to be doing in public, but then again, the school doesn't care about the laws of
She's been
Physics.
anything.
each day, every day.
Epic magic, Presto.
And that's only the first spell. Levitation. Spell number 2, color changing.
What?
And spell 3, turning things to food. Boring. Pass.
No.
One.
Turning things to food?
Spell 8 is invisibility.
No, don't jump ahead.
Presto, didn't the princess say not to skip ahead?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I'll just try it on something small, like,
No.
ooh, a tennis ball.
No, don't do that. That's not gonna go well for you. Why are you gonna do that?
Busy.
Why are you doing that? That's not a good idea. Why are you doing that? No, run away.
No, he's turning her invisible!
Run away.
Preston? What did you do to me?
Sorry, Haley.
I'm invisible!
Okay, you're gonna need to turn her into a banana. And
Don't worry, I'll just use the undo spell. Yes, it's in here. It's in here somewhere.
there's no undo spell, is there?
Yes. Spell number 10. The last spell.
No.
The last spell? And it's this far through the book?
There's only like 3 pages in that book.
Preston, do something! The match starts soon!
I'm trying, it's just not working.
I've worked all year to beat Victor. I have to show up for this match.
And you will. We just need to cover you up.
Oh, with what? There's no time. Yeah, you can wear my hoodie. Nick, you must have something in the base that she can wear. Anything. Yeah, sure. But it isn't for playing tennis.
I'll wear whatever you have. I am not.
Are there no spare tennis uniforms anywhere? Come on.
That's not. She's not even wearing a tennis uniform. This is kind of hard to define a tennis uniform.
Oh,
This
fair.
is a one-person sport. It's a tennis outfit.
Fair
Uniform
enough.
would assume.
He's thematically, coincidentally appropriate.
And for those of you watching
Why
along, we're
is-
frozen again.
This is cable. Why are you
Don't
buffering?
use this cable. This is DVR'd.
Our
when
TV is-
when I did this with when I did this with Criminal Minds, I could rewind as much as I wanted. It's actually in the recording.
Spectrum is awful.
See how it's doing that pixelated thing?
Yeah.
And there goes the weird guitar sound.
Apparently, he turned 2 Kudabots into balloons and then popped them. Okay.
This is exactly what happened to Criminal Minds.
Can you punch a cable company in the face?
And I still haven't even tried to watch the 3rd episode of The Gifted because it wouldn't load last time I tried to watch it.
Championship
Okay,
tennis
here we go.
contest.
Which was infuriating.
Last year's winner,
Yeah.
Victor Vincent. Yay, Victor!
What did they do for Haley? What did they do for Haley? Why? Oh my goodness. She is wearing a welding mask. That'll work. Sure, why not?
Well, she won't have funny faces on camera.
Why is her welding mask lighting up? Or is that just reflection? I can't tell what's happening right now.
Because it's all jittery.
Because I'm bringing the heat.
He's bringing the heat.
Okay, so I suppose it's an appropriate outfit because he's bringing the heat.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, no, it's not.
I do not know how this is gonna work here, but what? What? How did he do that?
He's cheating! Of course he's cheating.
What is he cheating with? What turns tennis balls into fireballs? How does this universe operate? What? Just broke her racket. What is happening? Literally, what is happening? I hate you, Spectrum. How did you take Time Warner Cable
And make it worse!
which was already, like, universally loathed, and make it worse? We're just like Haley right now, looking at the broken tennis rackets, like, what is happening?
Is he just giving her another tennis racket? Does he have another tennis racket on the sideline? 'Cause
Probably.
those are not exactly cheap.
I'm gonna go with yes. I'm going to say yes. I'm gonna say that's what's happening. I can't be sure.
And she took one to the face. Now her mask is going to come off and everyone's going to see that she's invisible.
Looks like it. You knocked her head off, Victor. Maybe. I don't know. This is what happens when we do this live.
It's not as if, like I said, if it's anything like Criminal Minds, you can rewind as much as you want. It's in the recording.
True. I'm sorry, guys. We're having we're doing this live, but the reacting is challenging. What?
Preston has poofed.
Why is this recording so awful?
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Maybe is what I think he's doing.
Yeah, he may have gone back and learned the rest of them while they were waiting.
He has 4 arms now.
The principal looks nonplussed. Victor Vincent's going to win, even though he's cheating, because the principal is probably not amused by these magical shenanigans.
I'm not amused by these digital shenanigans. I want to watch my Power Rangers. You're making me so sad so early in the morning. What is happening? Everybody in the audience is just looking at us like, what? We got a whole crowd of people now on screen just looking at us like...
Well, now it's a pixelated crowd. And Haley, Headless Haley, and Victor Vincent.
This is not something I thought I was ever going to have to check. To see if cable would glitch out like this. I did not know this was a problem we were having.
So far to me, it only happened with the Criminal Minds and the Gifted that won't load at all. But that one should be on demand now, and hopefully the 4th episode is...
So apparently he wins by default because his opponent doesn't have a head? Maybe? I'm guessing at what's happening in the plot right now. What?
This has been going on longer than it went on in Criminal Minds, though.
This has been going on for like 5 minutes now.
It was like only the first 3 minutes.
I thought this would be like, oh, it's a quick glitch, and then it's like...
No, it was like the first 3 minutes of Criminal Minds straight. Well, it took more than 3... Look.
Now she's...
Yeah, because he's cheating.
He's super strong for some reason, I think.
But here's the problem with that.
What? He's got a cybernetic arm? What? Where's his real arm?
Okay, but even if he's doing that, why is her arm not just bending?
Oh, his arm is in the back of his shirt.
That's how you could hit so hard. You cheated too. This grudge between the two of you has got to end. So, tomorrow at lunchtime we will have a rematch.
Okay.
The winner will get their name on this trophy.
That explains a little bit.
Cheats.
This is a weird high school. This is a weird high school.
I can't believe this. Hey, at least you get a rematch. There's no point. Most visible. Sorry, Presto. I can't go class in the
Why have they all suddenly started calling him Presto?
I don't know. Well, I know that's his magician name, but usually they... Okay, Levi's calling him Preston. Maybe he was using magician persona just now when he did his poof thing. Oh, but we get the commercial beautifully. Perfect. Because if there's one thing that's gonna come in non-glitched.
Is CBS a Viacom channel?
Yes. Are they?
Is Spectrum fighting back against Viacom by scrambling Spectrum channels? Or Viacom channels?
Well, that wouldn't excuse the Gifted. That was on Fox.
Yeah, but that one won't load at all.
Oh my god.
That was the guitar thing. Yeah, that's what I meant by guitar noises.
I know, we had it a little earlier too. Spinning tacos! Pixelated spinning tacos is what is on our screen. I don't know what... Is it...
It's a Choco Taco.
Is it Choco Taco? Is that what this advertisement is?
Well, no, it's 10 out of 10 Diego.
Maybe that's him rating a Choco Taco? We are trying to guess what our television is communicating to us. Are the aliens coming? What are you trying to say? Nick, is Nick is Nick coming to visit at 5 in the morning?
Well, yeah, do that to the Shopkins. I don't care.
This is that Shopkins? I don't know what that is.
Shopkins now has
people to shop.
Yep.
I feel like that's
and cars to drive to the store in.
I feel like that's a little bit of a brand dissolution.
Yeah.
I thought that the Shopkins' entire like culture based upon consumer goods consuming other consumer goods. Or are they saying now that people are the consumer goods?
Well, in this internet age, we are.
We are the goods. Hey, hun.
Remember,
we're the goods.
If you're using an online service and it's completely free, you're the product.
Yep. This is annoying.
Facebook is selling all of your data.
Yeah.
That is how they make their cash. And that's why creepy, well, not creepy ads, but creepily astute ads show up.
Yeah.
Although not always. Because the other day I started to get a little bit concerned because I am a crazy person.
Is this still progressing at a normal speed? I don't even know.
No, it's not. The other day I was on...
This might be an extra long live reaction just because it's of the rate it's going at. You know what? I'm going to try skipping through these commercials in that case.
Yeah, why not? We don't have to watch the skippity commercials.
Let's see here.
Especially since they're all skippity stew.
It's Leslie Odom Jr. singing about how Nationwide is on your side. We've got some McDonald's toys. They seem to be doing well.
Friends.
The Lego Friends are doing okay. That's nice. Can we get
Thor Ragnarok hammer?
Yeah, that's cool. Good times. Good times. Along with the Hulk mask and gloves. We got some SpongeBob business going on with a mysterious new episode where they go film noir for some reason. Here we go. All right, back for Power Rangers. Let's see if we've made it past the.
Jake, don't say anything. You're gonna
jinx
it.
Okay. What are you based on? You look like you're based on some sort of fish.
He's a corset made of teeth.
Whoosh.
Now it's time for Power Rangers Mystic Force.
Magic time. Whoa.
You can't beat my magic. We'll see about that.
His face looks wrong.
I know. It looks like one of those like deep sea fish, like an angler fish sort of. Whoa.
No, it does not look like an anglerfish because an anglerfish would still have a defined like mouth. It looks like an anglerfish that's been sealed shut with hot glue.
What?
How can you tell that right away?
I guess he saw like Rocky Mountain's majesty along the way. I don't know.
Wait a second. What am I thinking? I'll just ride my Zords back to Summer Cove.
Okay, sure, why not?
Okay, the one thing about if you were on the other side of the country, you have a Zord. Now, I've been in a jet plane going from the East Coast to the West Coast. This is going to take you several hours.
I don't know, it didn't take him that long to get there.
Yeah, that means he was moving really, really fast.
Yeah.
That's how strong this dude is.
Okay.
I'm
not seeing so much of the of the magic.
No.
He's just he can zap. Well, that didn't work. What? Okay.
Now you're all alone.
He turned them into inanimate objects. Are you really? Is that
Invisible Haley.
of all the
Let's get out of here.
Not just inanimate objects. They appear. No, wait, that one's made of rubber. I was gonna say plushies, but no, one of them's a rubber duck.
Yep.
I thought the rubber duck was a rubber duck plush, but it's not. It's an actual rubber duck.
Undo magic spell again. I'm sure you can do it if you try hard enough. I mean, you are presto changeo.
We just try doing them in order.
Sigum adieu.
Nope. Try the things in order.
Let's start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start. He'd be at the end of the book by now if he'd have started.
Learn how to play tennis.
Yeah. What?
It's easy, right? Just
Careful!
Are you just... Now is not a... Are we really gonna do it in metaphor here?
practice every day for a year.
He's right. I had to work on my grip, my stance, my swing. There's a lot of steps.
So, cutting corners would be a bad idea?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gee, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, it
With
is.
these spells, I was so impatient.
Yeah, you were.
That's why I can't do the more complicated spells.
Yeah. It is. It's...
I'm sorry, Haley, but don't worry. I'm gonna start from spell number 1 and learn them all, one at a time.
Okay.
Just like I was supposed to do.
And you're gonna do it in a single afternoon, which means it
Thanks, man.
really
You
did
wasted-
not need to skip that far ahead.
You wasted a lot of
A
time.
lot of time.
I just want to be good at tennis. Okay, spell number 1.
There we go.
Rotation. We're
You-
pretty good at that.
Alright.
Good, because my rematch is at noon.
Also, your friends
Hey,
are
so-
inanimate objects. Color changing. Okay. There we go. Transformation. Wait. Why is that considered boring to you?
Already up to spell number 6, growing hair.
Okay. There we go. I'm like, who's gonna do it? It's Redbot.
What's so funny?
Nobody
That's
knows.
barrier. I can do it. Hey, lab.
I love how this huge book is for 10 spells and they're each one page.
Yep.
Yes! I did it!
Okay.
Alright, how about undo?
Only spell team to go. The undo magic spell.
You've mastered every other spell in the book. You can do it, Preston.
Now, it just occurred to me.
Yes.
She said we've got to hurry up because the tennis match is at noon.
Uh-huh.
So it's the next day, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
When did it become the next day?
No, thank Presto.
I couldn't have done it if you hadn't taught me about hard work.
Well, what about
What about
Mick? He was the one who was
And what happened to your hair?
drilling it in with. He shaved it.
Staff back.
Ready, Presto?
Like that.
Totally.
Let's go.
It's been a period of time that is.
Sorry,
Very
no
vague.
tools lent.
Those toy rangers, I'm doomed! What? You broke my toy spell!
You know, you probably could have left the welding jacket behind. I'm not actually even sure why you were wearing the welding jacket to begin with, considering you already had the hoodie. The gloves I understand, but I don't get why you need the jacket on top of the hoodie.
Just to look more absurd.
I guess so.
Danger rangers, fear no danger! I don't understand! Only a master magician can undo my magic!
That face!
Luckily, I worked hard and became one.
This morning, like, you had really low patience there, Preston. It's really messed up.
And your legs are tied together. Well, I know who to call when the colors go missing.
Rainbow Bright?
Uh-huh. We gotta go and get them back from Murky Dismal.
That's a cute idea for a film noir episode. Colors go missing. We need to track them down. I feel like someone's done that before, but I can't think who.
It's the hook.
Oh, sorry.
So she's Wow, he's even got, you can open up your mouth and make his mouth open and do things, it looks like.
Even into the depths of the ocean, where a mysterious
You digging the Minecraft Legos there?
Only sort of. Like I said, I miss it when they were doing the Minecraft that was much, much smaller.
Yeah.
Because I could fit a lot more of those on my desk.
Right.
This is a full-size Lego, so the full-size thing as opposed to the...
Alright.
I want Lego micro block. I mean, Minecraft micro blocks. That would be awesome.
They do, these whole digital action figure things seem to be quite a thing in recent years.
Yeah, it's sort of an augmented reality in reverse kind of thing.
Yeah. You've got a physical avatar to play with in a digital world.
Yep. I mean, you can... I think one of the cooler ones was a little while back, you could build a car out of Legos and
then race it in the digital world. Digital world. Okay, so yeah, Preston mastered magic very quickly. Also, I'm not sure at which point it became the next day. I'm wondering if all I know is that Preston has had an hour before the first match, the whole afternoon.
I didn't tell you something.
Evening.
All of these dolls that you're supposed to use in the water,
He probably wasted like a good 20 hours.
you never really get to. I mean, you could try using them in the bathtub, but soap really shouldn't get on them. It's this whole thing.
I want to know
Water-related dolls are just not a thing that really ever get to be used the way that they show you in the commercial.
I want to know what Preston was doing during the whole time he was trying to figure it out before he thought to go through the first 10 steps. Become turtles.
I'm sorry, do they blasters look a little like frogs to you?
Yep, they are. They will never address that.
Okay.
I don't know why they were frogs in the Sentai. Oh, it's gonna be epic! Who would have thought?
So I've just missed that this whole time, the frog
Whoa.
monsters.
Just turned him into a big fiery dragon. That's unexpected. That...
It was apparently just an illusion. Gotcha.
But that was not one of the 10 spells.
Hit him in the middle. And,
I don't know why Brody's catchphrase is epic, but that really is his catchphrase. Whoosh.
I was thinking about good lessons you can still learn from the Power Rangers, and the one that I came up with was about escalation.
Yeah.
It's like, so if kids are having an argument and one of them starts pushing the other one, that's not a Power Rangers thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Never escalate first.
Yeah. So
if you're having a fight with words, use words.
yeah.
And if somebody else pushes you, then you can push back!
Right.
You're not supposed to be a doormat. But let them
that's
escalate
not good.
first. Don't escalate first. The Power Rangers don't get in the Megazord until the guy gets big, right?
Yeah, every time.
So you don't push until they push first.
We're sitting ducks. What are we gonna do? Howdy, Rangers.
Hey, Levi. There you are. Woo. So apparently, even though now they have the Lion Fire stars back, even though I didn't know that they were with Princess Viera, they're not using them this episode, I guess.
Disengage. You're finished.
We'll see about that.
Let's do
He got into like a really casual sitting position really easily, considering his Zord did a flip.
Levi's Sentai counterpart is just way too chill.
How is he sitting cross-legged on the shoulder of something that
I love how a hula hoop just actually turned into the end of a lasso.
Yeah, well, I think the lasso turned into a hula hoop temporarily.
Or that. You don't actually know how to make a lasso, so you tied a hula hoop to the end of a string.
That works. No, we getting some ninja fusion? No? Oh, okay.
He's becoming
getting his Megazord.
Yeah. And he just lays down on top of it.
It's so weird that he's got like a whole body sticking out the back of his head. That's still such a weird thing.
It's a very weird thing.
Oh.
Now we're gonna merge.
No, they all just
jumped into his Zord.
I don't know why. Okay.
Go Power Rangers! Go Power Rangers!
I think I'm starting to listen for them more often now, and yeah, that is the samurai one, isn't it? It's a little hard to tell because they are so similar, but it is weird that they keep jumping around. Okay, you have that one. Oh, he has not been training.
No, because he was counting on his robo arm. Shortcuts, don't take them.
Yep. Seriously though, robo arm is just like...
Apparently he must have had robo legs too, because this guy cannot move around the court.
Pretty quick match here. Oosh.
He didn't serve. I mean, she didn't serve. Didn't he just serve?
I think he served on the last one.
Because you can't score if you didn't serve.
No? I don't know. I don't really follow tennis.
You didn't play tennis in high school, Jim?
Well, I haven't since high school, and even then it was not much.
Read it, Monty. Second.
He's unhappy about this.
I'm pretty sure you have to be serving to score. Because otherwise, you just get the serve back.
Alright. So, we made it.
I could be wrong, but I seem to remember that being it. Also, their scoring system is really weird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like, you get 15, then 30, then 45.
Love.
I don't know.
It's just because the number of points actually has weird names.
I will admit this episode was...
Because after you get to a certain point, instead of having numbers,
yeah,
you just have these two terms that go back and forth because at this point it's just match point back and forth with one another forever and ever.
Until one person gets two ahead, right?
Mm. And then it's...
But I will admit this episode was frustrating due to no fault of its own.
Yeah.
That glitching was
DVR.
bad.
Oh, yeah,
I feel bad that means that we can't really
That glitching
comment.
was bad, and you should feel bad, Spectrum.
Spectrum's awful. Are you Zoidberg now? What was that?
Yeah.
Okay. Why were you Zoidberg?
Are you not familiar with the "that was bad and you should feel bad" meme?
Fair enough. But I usually don't. I didn't associate that specifically with Zoidberg. Or maybe I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I will admit, at least they did seem to attempt to tie a few different things together in this one, in a somewhat reasonable way. The two plot lines actually did, with Haley and her tennis match, and Preston and his magic did sort of counterpoint. Although it did mean that Haley didn't really get. Okay, that's that episode. Okay. It did mean that that Haley didn't really get to learn anything with her story. Although
Haley didn't necessarily have much to learn.
Well, there was
Haley has apparently trained since last year to attempt to,
which is good,
defeat the person at sports who defeated her at sports previously.
I was hoping. Well, I guess it's not so much her learning something, but finding out a little bit more why she was so hesitant at the beginning, if she had apparently been training all year specifically to do this.
Fair enough.
I would have liked to have a little bit of a moment or two in there to address her apparent confidence issues. Because she did seem to be encountering confidence issues.
The principal of the school just makes no sense to me.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's just always just like, hey, it's time to do another. Every time Victor Vincent wants to lay claim to a trophy, she's just like, yeah, okay, let him have it.
Well, I guess what else are you gonna do if no one's competing?
Well, that's the thing, is that
Frankie! There, he's at the carpet there.
the school has an inordinate number of competitions.
That's true. Considering they have a very
inside the school.
They have a very non-competitive student body apart from one specific person.
Okay,
so that explains actually how Victor got so many trophies.
But most of the time, when it comes to school stuff like that, you're competing against other schools.
Right.
Your football team goes against their football team. Your tennis kids go against their tennis kids.
Here's the thing. At that school, only one kid actually gets to graduate. It's survival of the fittest. It is brutal.
Better hope you're the valedictorian.
Yep. Because second place doesn't count for nothing, apparently.
Well, second place wouldn't count for nothing if all of the competitions are one-on-one.
Yeah.
Which they all seem to be.
There's no, tennis team or anything. No, only 2 people in the school play tennis, apparently. It's weird.
And instead of having, a properly organized tennis competition, they have Victor Vincent standing on top of a table going, "Does anyone challenge me? No, I shall take the trophy." Hello. These things are usually pre-organized. There's a sign-up list.
Why did Vieira mail?
What if the person who wanted to challenge him just didn't happen to be in the lobby at that moment?
I think the entire school is always in the lobby. That's where they spend most of their school day. Alright, you have completed your 1 class for today. You will spend the next 5 hours in the lobby. Feel free to challenge one another to feats of strength. We shall see who shall prevail over this school year. That's why Sarah was so concerned about getting into college. That's why she had to clone herself, so that she would have multiple shots at being the one person to graduate.
An inordinate number of intra-school competitions.
Yes. Also, just random bits of technology are just matter of course at this school.
Yeah, we couldn't really see it because everything was clanging out, and doing all.
But apparently, one of your students not having a head.
Being invisible is just, oh, Preston, you're helping her cheat with magic. Magic. Most principals would kind of be all
I really want to know how that conversation went now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that we didn't get to see it. I'm gonna have to check this out online later, I guess, to figure out what happened. But that is That's really weird. I mean, the don't cut corners lesson was actually probably one of their best execution.
Yeah, but the Aesop actually worked this time.
The Aesop worked. It's a good Aesop. It tied into what was happening. The metaphor actually tied into the secondary plot that was happening.
Yeah, we didn't have a case of metaphor gotten.
All of that made sense. The only thing that really didn't make sense was why this was something that was so easy and why they didn't...
Why was Preston so reluctant to learn all the spells if it could be done in a single, not even afternoon, but morning, because...
It probably was like an hour.
Her competition was at noon, so we better hurry up.
So I guess the...
That is really impatient.
And at the same time, really lazy, actually, too, because as far as I can tell, in terms of the timeline...
Once we determined that you screwed up with the tennis ball, and then you're like, oh, I'll just skip forward to undo, and you're like, huh, shouldn't the first thought in your head have been like, maybe I shouldn't have skipped ahead?
Well, at that point, it's like, oh, we only have an hour. So I'm like, okay, I can see you trying for undo then.
No, I tried for undo, but then undo didn't work. It was like, oh well, better go back to number 2.
Yeah, exactly. That didn't make... Like, it took him way too long to figure that out. It took him unreasonably long to...
I feel like when I wind up doing this, that I look a little bit like Gail.
Oh, from the YouTube videos? Yeah.
Where's my family?
But... That didn't make it, because I'm trying to figure out the timeline, because it played out as if it was all one day, but it was not all one day.
No, it was 2 days, because the rematch was
so I'm trying to
second
figure
day.
out when was the first day, when was the second day, where was the separation? Because
I feel like the separation may have been after the first tennis match.
Yeah, because either way it makes Preston look bad. Because if I look at it one way,
what was he doing the rest of that time?
Because if I look at it one way, because it seemed at first like they were just leaving it seemed at first like they were just leaving the tennis match when they were saying, don't worry, Preston, you'll figure it out.
That's me.
Because actually, I think were they wearing the same clothes between the 2 days, too, I think?
Well, I think, well, she wasn't, because, well, no, she was until she went to the tennis match.
Right.
But
I think...
there was an overnight period there, so now we're going to have to go back to an issue that I think of a lot with Power Rangers in high school.
Yeah.
Where are their parents, and why are her parents not concerned that she is invisible?
So you're invisible at school again, huh? You really got to work on that. Not going to get into a good college being invisible. So I'm just rewinding real quick to take a quick look at what their clothes were at the end. Okay, so Sarah's got her pink t-shirt, Calvin's got his plaid shirt, Brody's got his red t-shirt.
Look, it wouldn't be the first time someone wore
Levi has an excuse because he had to cross the country, which apparently took him much longer on the way back than it did to get out there. I'm wondering if he was traveling overnight or not. He may have been. I don't know. So, if I rewind... Okay, so Preston...
This is the day...
Okay.
Of. So that's all their outfits. Day of. He's got the vest.
Wait.
He's got the yellow shirt.
Wait, did they change... They changed clothes...
While they were plushies?
No, they changed clothes, after fighting the monster?
No, he's still wearing the same yellow shirt.
No, that's a different yellow shirt.
No, that's the same yellow shirt. With
Not the one that he was wearing at the tennis match.
Oh, okay, but it was the same one he was wearing just now in the lab.
Okay, so apparently it looks like the tennis match was still the next day.
Well, no, I can see why they wouldn't have changed their clothes, because they were plushies.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fair.
They would have needed to wait until they were unplugged.
Oh, wow, so there's no way to figure out exactly how this worked out, because
everyone was a plushie.
Well, no, actually, that's still...
Preston.
That still states that everything else was probably the first day, unless they were wearing 3 sets of clothes during this episode.
Wait, but shouldn't Preston have changed clothes? He wasn't a plushie.
Well, yeah, he did. Well, no, he didn't. Okay, so there's...
Right.
So that was them getting correct,
Unplushified.
unplushified, which is a term now.
They were plushies, not to be confused with furries, not to be confused with plushies.
Okay, and then this is where everything fell apart. So, okay, so they were wearing those clothes at the first tennis match, and then they were wearing different clothes at the second tennis match. Okay. But, so I don't know if, I guess the next tennis match was the next day. Did everything happen on the same day except for the second tennis match?
I think so.
So why would you say we only have until noon?
No, wait a
That would
minute.
have been noon the next day.
No, I
Why
think
wouldn't you
there
say
was
we
an
only have
overnight
till
period
tomorrow?
where she was invisible and they were plushies.
So maybe they spent the whole night,
Trying things that were not spells.
or maybe that didn't just take a morning.
But she said noon when he was at like spell number 2.
Well, yeah, when they were right before the montage.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just that,
They started at like 3 in the morning.
or it was at least late, and
But
then
she
they
said-
spent the whole night. Or it was just that they actually did this in one day, and she just felt really, like, she felt like saying, the tennis match is at noon tomorrow, rather than say, the tennis match is at noon, rather than saying, the tennis match is tomorrow, which is a little bit of an odd terminology. We're getting way too into the timeline of this, but it's also just it was kind of disorienting.
Yeah, it was. But
So
yeah,
maybe
everything was
he spent all night working on spells, which is a little bit more reasonable.
Yeah.
It was not clearly conveyed, because there's no real sense of time within the base.
No, there isn't, because there's no window.
But if he actually did spend all night learning those 10 spells, then that makes a lot more sense.
Now I'm thinking about Power Rangers shows and bases in general. There's never any clear sense of time inside of the base.
Yeah, no.
Bases don't have any windows or natural light.
No, they just occasionally have dimmer light for no real reason other than that it's nighttime.
Wait a minute! The common room in SPD had windows.
Did it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
I
Not the
can't-
bedrooms, the common room, the one where
Right.
they sat around on the couch.
Right. Well, that's only kind of... I guess the base was just the
they
whole
lived
building in
everywhere.
that case. But I don't remember actually seeing the windows.
If it didn't have windows, it certainly gave me the impression that it had natural lighting of some sort.
It was a very open space. But yeah, so that was a little bit weird. It felt...
And was demonstrably different at night.
It felt like Preston was wasting a lot of time.
That's why it gave me the impression that it has natural light, is because it's demonstrably differently lighted at night than it is in the day.
That's actually one of those things where a really minor line change can actually disrupt the interpretation of an episode's timeline. If she had just said the tennis match is tomorrow at noon, if she had just said tomorrow, that would have set the timeline, and we would have gotten that idea of, okay, he worked throughout the night on this. That actually is a demonstration of
I kind of want one
considerable
of those.
effort. The little buzz cams?
Yeah. Kind of want a fully articulated buzz cam.
So that's like a super minor thing that actually kind of disrupts the episode a lot. If you go off that beat. Because otherwise it's like, okay.
Like, properly to scale, too, because they're only, like, this big.
Yeah. Because otherwise it really skewed the perception of how much effort was actually being presented. It's like, was he spending an hour figuring this out,
Or
or
did
was
he do it all night?
do it all night, which would make a lot more sense. That's one of the things whenever, and this is I think not just a Power Rangers thing, but just sort of a media thing. They're not really good at actually conveying the passage of time very often in terms of specifics.
Oh no, see, I ran into that with my whole person of interest thing.
Yeah.
Like, there are sometimes literally weeks and months between episodes.
Right.
And it doesn't really convey that. It feels like you were just there the previous day. But if you actually pay attention,
Right.
like people and trying to pin down the dates of any given episode is ridiculous, but it can be done because
Yeah.
there are newspapers and there are references to various things that happen in, like, the baseball season and this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah.
That when you look at it, you're just like, wait a minute, between this episode and that episode, it was 4 weeks?
It's one of the reasons that I mess with time and power reviews, is specifically so that I just kind of get a pass on things leading straight from one into the next.
Yeah.
Because really, if you think about it, pretty much from episode like 32, like onward, basically episode like 32 through 51 is arguably all one day.
Yeah.
Which is simultaneously like 6 months.
Yeah.
Um.
Because there's a time distortion.
Yes.
Database, there's a time distortion.
And then, so the only actual, like, really clear time skips that we have in Power Reviews are, we have the time skip between year 1 and year 2. Mm-hmm. And when I say time skips, I mean
that
they actually, like, took a few days doing other things. Once this first summer season kicked in, the only actual clear time skips we have are from oh wait, no, I forgot.
You spent some time in the Rift.
Well, yeah, that's why I said between year 1 and year
Okay.
2. Well, between episodes 51 and 52, because that's sort of part of that transition. Although actually no, there wasn't overnight. There was probably at least one overnight in there. So from, I'd say, 32 through 41 or 42 is pretty much, could be interpreted as all one day. And then we have a little vague time during the when we were testing with the lolcat, and then from like 44, 45, basically the moment 45 is when I woke up from the lolcat. From there until 52 or until 51 is probably all one. From there until 49, because then we come back with me and with experimenting on my brain with the lolcat again. So there could have been a gap there. So those could have been all one day. Those could have been like 3 or 4 days. It jumps. It's not a lot. Basically, whenever we have like a time period for which Dr. K to come up with a new device is pretty much when we have our time skips. It's like, where are the gaps? When she developed the lolcat, when she tested me with the lolcat again, when I was in the Rift and she was developing the Harshu Squee 2.
Yeah, meanwhile, things like Person of Interest. Season 3. First episode takes place during Fleet Week on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Which means that it has to be near the middly end of May,
right?
Right? Third episode contains a newspaper story from the last week of August, which is referred to as having been last week. Which means that somewhere between the first episode and the third episode of Person of Interest, we have gone from May to the following September.
Yeah, you just kind of jump through the summer there. That happens a lot in TV.
But if you're watching but remember, the reason I'm thinking about this is because because the first one and the last one, these are basically bracketing the whole root in the place thing.
Yeah.
But when she's talking to the shrink in the third episode, it's almost as if they just picked up the conversation from the first episode.
Well, it's also
even though it's been
it's also possible that they're
months.
presenting scenes out of sequence chronologically speaking, which is a different type of frustration.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're going to be specific enough to say something is happening tomorrow at this time, conveying where you are in the timeline in between, it gives you a sense of the progression of events a lot better.
Stardate 4/51/27.
Yeah. I know that I'm lingering on this, but it really ties into how much effort is actually being put in.
You know what's
by the
convenient
characters.
as far as times go is shows like the X-Files or NCIS where they put those little time chirons
you
at
know
the bottom.
You know what? Maybe Ninja Steel is experiencing temporal distortions.
Fair enough.
I had not originally planned for that to be tied into the Power Review stuff because it's, I wasn't planning for Power Reviews to still be going on in 2017.
Ding ding.
But perhaps that's things are still happening there. So that's not great. Silly temporal distortions.
I had a friend in high school, me and her, we used to sort of compete to see who could tell which episode of the X-Files it was first.
Yeah.
And most of them start with just sort of a pan over of a deciduous forest. So your best guess for which episode it is, not guess necessarily, your best tip-off was always a little chiron in the bottom that would say, this town, this date, this time. You're like, oh, that one!
Yeah. But,
we could use some time chirons here.
But, for the most part, this episode felt a little frustrating. But I'm not sure how much of that was the fault of the episode.
And how much of that was the fault of Spectrum being all
glitchy. For once, the... I say for once. They do occasionally get the morals the morals right. This was one where the morals fit the story and made sense.
It made sense.
The characters' behavior did not feel like they really made a whole lot of sense.
No.
There were plot elements that just felt
Preston was
like they didn't
holding
make a
the
whole
idiot
lot
ball.
of sense. Yeah, it was really obvious how what the solution was because Princess Vieira hammered it in right from the get-go.
Must not go out of order.
Like she could not have been more insistent on that. That was pretty much like the whole point of her message right there.
Do not go out of order.
I mean, it was nice to see her again. That was a nice continuity bit to have her involved in something. Although we don't know really too much about why her culture has a magic book, but that's just apparently a thing in this universe. So I'll roll with it. I also don't know why she needed to take those power stars with her.
I think...
Could she just not use it without the power star after they had created the new power stars, I guess?
Yeah, I think she needed them to drive home.
I guess so. Which is...
So basically, Vieira has just done an interstellar version of that business where you have to drive someone to their car so they can drive home.
Yeah.
The thing.
It was a little
sorry.
vague. But I mean, it did.
If I go here.
It works a little bit in retrospect because it's like, okay, that's why they haven't used those pieces of their arsenal in the last couple episodes.
I could go with you in your car, but if I do, we're gonna have to drive back here for mine.
Right.
And I'm not sure that we have time for that.
So that does clear up why we haven't seen the Lion Fire Sword and Lion Fire Armor since then.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have clarification on that. There is.
I'm not sure why she needs the Lion Fire Armor to drive.
Maybe she needs her armor to drive her Zord. I don't know. I got that impression a little bit since she was never driving the Zord without the armor that I can remember.
Fair enough.
She changed into the armor before she got into her Zord when she was sneaking on the ship. Even though I don't know why she needed to sneak on the ship to sneak into her Zord. Yeah, they're just sort of weird bits of character decisions that make things feel not quite right. And it's just little stuff that could be really easily fixed to smooth things over, like what you're talking about when you're referring to time and mentioning, why things are happening.
Yeah.
Like also the monster whose name I'm blanking on. I don't think we actually got his name because there was so much glitching.
Yeah. The guy whose face is made of silly putty.
Yeah. the monster, it took a little bit for him to be really established as being magical. Once they finally had him turn them into
plushies.
then it made sense.
Not to be confused with furries, not to be confused with plushies.
Then it's like, okay, there's the magical aspect of it. Because apart from that, it seemed only that he had a broom was his magic power. And he could fire lasers like literally every other monster.
Furries get so much hate?
Because people find them odd, I think, and that tends... As Storm on the X-Men once said, people hate what they do not understand. It would have been cool to see the magic monster do a little bit more magic.
Yes.
Although I was glad when he did actually turn them into things, because that was him doing magic. That had been established as magic.
Yes, and they were appropriate. Look at the red one and the yellow ducky. And
Yeah. It's...
pink.
I feel like somebody sent prop person down to the store and just find some cute things that are the right colors and
Need
come
to be
back.
about this size.
Yep.
About this big.
It was what, the red heart, like a pink teddy bear? Is that what, and
then
the yellow
rubber
ducky.
duck. I'm not sure where they found a rubber duck that big, but they managed it.
But yeah, they were definitely working with some suspension of disbelief at that school. Like, so a student missing their head. Like, I don't know how big a deal they made of it, but I feel like it wasn't a big enough deal.
Well, I think it may have been apparent rather than her missing her head, because Preston was kind of doing this business.
Yeah.
And then she was doing that business, and I'm thinking that maybe the idea wasn't that a student is missing their head, but that Preston
I really want to see how that scene played out.
Preston was animating clothes to compete.
But is that really more plausible?
I'm not saying it's more plausible, but it's less concerning than a student with no head.
I don't know what this school is concerned with apart from academic integrity. And sportsmanship. Those are the only two things that this school cares
Are they
about.
concerned with academic integrity?
They'll yell at you if they think you're cheating at literally anything, even no matter how implausible what you're doing is.
Fair enough.
That's pretty much the...
Actually, you know what? That's not even an academic integrity thing, because apparently this school is just concerned, really, with cheating.
Yes.
Whether it be at academics or sports, they don't like cheating, and a lot of cheating happens at this school. Are you guys at a special school for kids with cheating problems?
I don't know. Also, I don't know what they even define as cheating sometimes, because, like, yes, if I can get a new distance record with a boomerang arrow is not cheating, but I have a robotic arm for tennis is cheating. I really want to see, like, the student handbook at this place. Like, it must be, like, this thick to cover all these eventualities. This school is amazing. And I'm still not going to get past the opening moments of this package came for you. How? Why? Why didn't she send it to the principal of the school? And how?
And at no point was the principal like, and Preston, please don't have your mail sent to me.
Why would you send the mail to the principal? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, you need to get to work. I'm sorry.
I need to get to work.
You need to also turn... Alright, you know
Way
what?
over there, so let's...
Let's just... Yeah. So, with all that said, this episode was a little weird.
Yeah.
But at least they got the morals right. So kudos on that part. Dovetailing plot lines kind of worked. So, until next time... Farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.
If you'll excuse me, I have to get this Dodongo.
Boss battle music!